Hi, grade 7. Today is page 54, numbers 1 to 30 all. It is a study guide and review page, the first half. And so let's get started. I'm not going to spend much time on 1 through 10. If you get stuck on 1 through 10, notice at the top of the page they have concept terms or vocabulary words along with page numbers. You can go back and check those page numbers to find definitions and things if you can't remember. Let's go down to number 11. Let's start with 11. It says, a chemist pours table salt into a beaker. If the beaker plus the salt has a mass of 84.7 grams, and the beaker itself has a mass of 63.3 grams, what is the mass of the salt? Okay, I'm not going to do that problem, but I'll do one similar. Basically, a beaker is a container, a special scientific container. And so let's say that the beaker and the salt, B and S, so beaker and salt, beaker and salt equals about 80 grams. And let's say it also says that the beaker, just the beaker, has a mass of, say, 60 grams. If we know that, what's the measure of the salt? If together they're 80, and by itself the beaker is 60, how much is the salt? Well, that's just a subtraction problem. 80 minus 60, the salt has to be 20 grams. Because 20 plus 60, beaker plus salt, 20 plus 60 equals 80. Okay? Let's look at number 12. In a basketball game, the Sliders scored 5 3-point shots, 7 2-point shots, and 15 1-point shots. Find the total points scored. Again, I'm not going to do that one, but I'll do one similar to it. What if it said 3 3-point shots? And what if it said 5 2-point shots? And what if it said 10 1-point shots? How many points did the person score? Well, isn't this 3 groups of 3 or 9? And isn't this 5 groups of 2 or 10? And isn't this 10 groups of 1 or 10? So doesn't that make a total of 29 points if you add them up? Ran out of room. There's the word points. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Look at top of the next page. Got a bunch of problems there. Do you remember the orders of operation? Remember, PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents. I'm sorry, I said PEMDAS. I didn't say it right. PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division from left to right, and then addition and subtraction from left to right. It's on the purple chart. You should have written it down at some point. Okay? So, if I have the following problem, how would we attack it? 4 squared minus, how about 3 times 5 plus 8? How would we attack this problem? There's no parentheses, so we can't do that. There is some exponents, so let's do that first. 4 squared is 16. Now we've got subtraction, multiplication, and addition. Which one do we do next? We do the multiplication next. So that's 15. And now we've got subtraction and addition, but the rule says we work from left to right. Work from left to right. So this right here is the number 1. Final answer is 9. Any questions? Okay. Well, let's look at section 1-3, 19 through 24. Just a reminder of something that hopefully you haven't forgotten. If I put the following numbers on the board, how about 8, -4, 6, 0, 2, -2, and 5. And somebody says, put those in order from smallest to largest. Where would you focus first? Smallest to largest, I think about the negative numbers first, this one and this one. Which one has to be smallest or furthest to the left on a number line? That'd be -4. So we're done with that. Then -2. What's next? How about the number 0 next? Yep. And then it's just a matter of putting the rest of the numbers in order from smallest to largest, and we're done. How about a problem like this? The absolute value of -8 plus the absolute value of 4. How would you handle that? Well, figure out the absolute values first, 8, 4, and then add them. Done. Done. How about the next section? Do you remember how to add positive and negative integers together? Remember, if it's a problem like this, where both of the numbers are positive, you just simply add them. In this case, it would be 46. Just add them. If you have numbers like this, -14 plus a -21, again, you just add them. -35 in this case. Negative plus a negative is a negative. That's the rule. The hard part comes in when you have a situation like this. One of them's positive, one of them's negative. That's the 3-step rule. Think about their absolute values. Part 1 of the 3-step rule. Part 2 of the 3-step rule says subtract those two numbers. Part 3 says we've got to figure out whether this is +7 or -7. Well, which one has the bigger absolute value? This one does, so we share its sign with the answer. It's got to be -7. What if it's something like, -15 plus a +21? Same rule. Think about their absolute values. Subtract them. I get a 6. +6 or -6? Well, which one of these has the bigger absolute value? This one does. So we share its sign with the answer, and it's a +6. Okay. This is review, so hopefully you won't find this too challenging. A good way to end the week. Thank you. If you have any questions, ask. Bye. How did I end up with 2 of them? Well, that's an image. I don't really care about the image. I want the video. Rename. Grade 7, page 54, 1 to 30.